Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Solo, a Star Wars story. I am super excited to see this. So excited I almost went to the theater to see it. But I don't get that much opportunity to run to the movies. So it happens here at this movie theater. Anyway, I'm sure you're all aware of what this is about. This is about Han Solo, the pre-story. Before Star Wars, it's when he's a smuggler. He meets Chewbacca. He meets Lando Calrissian. All that kind of stuff is going to happen here. I am so excited. I don't think it fared too well. 7.1 on IMDb. I don't know if it did what it wanted to. What it did. Look, if it did what everybody wanted it to. Sorry, I was having a couple sips of Japanese whiskey prior to this, just a little bit. So check out that review. But anyway, I'm excited to see this. Hopefully you are too. I'll let you know if it's any good. Big Star Wars fan. If you've seen the posters coming down the steps, you know I have Star Wars. So sometimes I dress up as Han Solo for May the 4th be with you. But anyway, enough about that. Let's get into it. I'm excited. Hopefully you're excited. Hopefully this is good. 2 hours and 15 minutes. So let's stay together on this one. I'll be back. Hey everybody. Time for a quick check-in here. We're watching Solo, a Star Wars story. We're at the 1 hour, 1 minute, and 5 second mark. So a lot has transpired, and it's gripping. I mean, like, normally when I'm doing updates this later in the movie, it's because I forget, because I'm so entrenched in the movie, and I really think that's the case. A lot of action. So the background story basically is Han. You come to find out what his name is and how he gets Han Solo. That's great. Lives on a planet with his girlfriend. They're trying to get off the planet, and they get separated. And so the whole first part of the movie is him trying to figure out ways to get back to her. He said he'd be back, and he's coming up with different plans. But he is ultimately like a thief, a small-time thief. I mean, they don't show that, but they allude that he was boosting, not cars, but I guess cars since 10 years old and stuff like that. So he's trying to get mixed in with his kind of people so that he can make enough money, make it back to his girlfriend, who is Kira, and reignite that relationship that they had. So so far they show you how he meets Chewbacca, how they start calling him Chewie, which is really interesting and fun. I think I like that part of it. I love seeing the history, the backstory about all this. He actually does fight for the Empire in part of his things here, and this is not a spoiler alert. Woody Harrelson's in it, so I didn't realize that he was in this, but he plays a pretty big role in this, and they're working together to try and pull enough money together so he can go back and find his girlfriend. And most recently, the best part is we have now been introduced to the younger Lando Calrissian, who's played by Donald Glover. And I tell you what, I think, I don't know, I don't read reviews until after I see the movie because I don't want to be jaded on my opinion. I'm having a hard time with the young Han Solo. We're all used to Harrison Ford as being Han Solo and everything. And this actor, and he's great and everything like that, and he's trying real hard, but I don't get the Han Solo feeling from him. It's just not, you could see in some other movies that they do that, and they bring in a different actor to play somebody else's character, and you really get that sense. It's like, wow, it's unbelievable. There's one movie, I'm going to think about it, and I'll share it with you on the next one, but he's not doing it for me here. However, Donald Glover, I think, does a great job of playing, so far, a young Lando Calrissian. As soon as he walks up upon him, he's sitting at the poker table. It's not really poker, but the card table, and you can hear him speaking to other people, and it's like, that's Lando, and he sounds like him, he acts like him. I think it's awesome. I really like it. And then everything else about it you like, because it's like Star Wars. I think they've done a good job of connecting to the original Star Wars and showing the different things that go on, between the technology and the aircrafts and the different types of characters throughout the movie. So, and it's a lot of action, a lot of fun. So far so good. The biggest opportunity is the guy who's playing Han Solo doesn't strike me as Han Solo. So that's just my opinion. Maybe you have a different opinion. Maybe you've seen it. I'd love to hear your take, but I'm going to get back into it a little bit more. Probably have to stop in again. Like I said, it's 2 hours and 15 minutes. Hopefully it continues to be as good as it is, and I'll let you know how it's going, so stick around. Hey everybody, read the credits, a Solo, a Star Wars story. Sorry, not another check-in. I didn't think it was necessarily needed. I mean, you kind of get the idea of what the entire movie's about, you know, so he's trying to get enough money in a ship to get back to find his girlfriend, and so they cross paths anyway, but it's all about, you know, it's all about smuggling and stuff like that. I don't want to ruin it for you if you haven't seen it. And that's just the plot line of it, just to show, it was just a little story to show a little bit about what Han Solo was really like. Show how he met Chewie, how he gets the Millennium Falcon, how that comes into the picture. That was a lot of fun. Meets Lando, and everything that goes along there. I really enjoyed it. Let me first say that. And it's odd, sometimes when you really enjoy movies, you're more critical, I think. Or I shouldn't say you, I am. I'm more critical. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give it an 8. But there are areas of opportunity with it. I enjoyed everything about it. I shouldn't say everything. So anyway, the opportunity I didn't like. Not that I didn't like the actor. I don't think he did a good job of being Harrison Ford or Han Solo. I loved Lando Calrissian, Donald Glover. I loved him. Chewie was, of course, excellent. There are some other pieces of it that, you know, maybe I'll watch it again. But there's another gang, I want to say, that shows up in the last quarter of the movie that wasn't really talked about. And it had a significant role in the way the movie kind of turns out. But it would seem like an afterthought. And they come in at the end and, you know, sure, they say some reasoning behind everything, but that it kind of changes the way everything was going. You know, like, I think if they were at least developed throughout the movie, and then they show up at this one point, and when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I think it would have worked better that way. It's still very vital in everything that happens in the conclusion or in the end of the movie, but I really thought that there was you know, that they should have built that up a little bit. I get it, they got 2 hours and 15 minutes of a movie. How are they going to fit that in? But I think they could have done it. They had, you know, so enough time to make that happen, at least a little bit. And the other piece of it, there's so much backstabbing and side switching and all that kind of stuff throughout it. It's like, you know, you got to do that sometimes for like a major twist, but when you're doing it multiple times, and I guess when you're dealing also with a bunch of smugglers and villains overall, I guess that's what you get. That's what you sign up for. But I thought that was too much. You know, one twist is fine. You know, somebody jumping sides, but it was all over the place with that. And you're not even sure leaving this, like who's who and what's what. They also, in the ending, they leave it open a little bit. Without going into too much detail to go into it, but they leave it open. They show some future characters, which I did like, or past characters, the way you know, which alludes to a lot of different things. And I don't want to, again, I don't want to ruin it for you because it was a nice surprise. I had no idea that was going to happen. But it also questions what happens after this. It's not like Rogue One tied right into Star Wars. I mean, literally, you could stop Rogue One and start watching Star Wars right away, and I've done that. But you can't do that here. At least I can't piece it together on where we go from here and the connections that were shown here. It doesn't lead right into Star Wars or anything like that. There's also, hopefully not a spoiler alert, no Jabba. The Jabba the Hutt was going to be in this. I thought that was going to be, he was going to play a major role. Without reading or watching previews, I thought that would happen because we know he had a history with Jabba right when we caught him in Star Wars, Han Solo. You know, he's going to get him his money, that kind of thing, and which leads all the way into Return of the Jedi, but it's not here. So, some things that I didn't like about it. Again, I'm giving it an 8. I'm being super critical about a movie I just gave an 8 to compared to other movies that I've seen. But that's what you get with this, I think. A lot of fun, a lot of action. You know, for a Star Wars fan, I thought it was great. Chewie and all that jazz. So, I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else. I also didn't see those little things in it. Oh, that was in the other one. Never mind. Never mind about that. Scratch that. I'll try and edit that out. But that's it. I'd love to hear your comments if you've seen it. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Disagree? Anything. I like comments. I like thumbs up. I like, subscribers. I'd like to let you go now. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.